Aloha, man. Tell you what, I'm gonna miss you while you're gone. And if you have an opportunity, try and play your ukulele. But if you don't, and then when you return and you think of it, try and pick it up and play it after being gone from it for a while. The chords we went over today would be the same. The C major, the F major. We even tried the G major again. But the one chord that is a new chord that I would love for you to try and play until we see each other again is called an E7. Now, let's explain this through the eyes of E major. One of the chords we played was the D major, meaning we played all three of these notes, and it sounded like this. The hard part was playing this note open and not putting our finger down, so we covered all of the notes, but we played these three and we leave this note open. When we play that with a different fingering set, we get the same chord, right? If we were to move that structure up to the 4th fret, we would then have to close that note that was open. Here, all three of these down, that A string open. When we move it here, we'd have to go to the 1st fret and close it, and now here to the 2nd fret. So this is an E major. It is a very hard chord. I despise this chord. However, I work at it every day even though I don't like it, and gosh darn it, it's gotten easier to do. So the whole idea is the more you work at this and you practice the practice of practicing, the easier it will become. So do me a favor, try the chord, which is hard. First finger here on the 2nd fret of the A string, furthest away from your nose. It's a B note, A sharp or B flat, B. And then we're gonna skip the 3rd fret and the middle finger. Use the 3rd finger to play all three of these notes while not hitting this top note, because we're doing that little whoop. And then by playing that other note, we get a E major. Here's where our chord of the day comes in. There are two ways to play E major. This is one way. The other way is 1st finger on the G sharp, 2nd finger on the B, skip the 3rd finger and the 3rd fret and play the C with the pinky on the 4th fret, which is an E major. I'm just not a big fan of either of these major chords. Or, excuse me, a lot of people just play an E7 in lieu. I would never suggest playing just the chord in lieu of another chord because you can't learn it, rather than working at the chord and then trying it every day. Our chord is an E7. 1st finger on the 1st fret of the G, making a G sharp. 2nd finger on the C string, the thickest string, at the 2nd fret, giving us a D note. Don't play, or actually play it, but we're not gonna put a finger down on the E string. And then we're gonna put our 3rd or 2nd finger, either one, I prefer my 3rd finger here, on the B note. Same B note that we were playing from before, but now we've got 1st finger, 1st fret on the G, 2nd finger, 2nd fret on the D, and then 3rd finger, 2nd fret on the B with the open E string gives us E7. You got it. So this chord can be played like this, or we can bar the whole 2nd fret, miss the 2nd finger and the 3rd fret, and then use this finger, the 3rd finger on the high G closest to the nose, skip the C string, and then play the E with the pinky. It gives us these cute little bookends here, and that is an E7. Both of these chords are the same thing. And watch what happens. If this is an E7, when I bring it back down a whole step, that means that this is a D7. So D7 is a chord you learn by learning the E7. See how this is all relative. So when we're going over this week, next week, whenever you have your 5 minutes here and there, try just to remember that the new chord of the week is an E7. It will be played most of the time here, but you can also play it at the 2nd fret by doing a bar chord and a bookends on the 4th. And remember that these chords are mobile. We move them up to play them in different keys, and then we'll get to a couple songs that have that. Speaking of songs, we got a new book today. Very cool. Feel free to pick any song in that book, play along with it, and if you have any questions, we'll work on it next time we see each other. Other than that, we're gonna pick a random song and learn a little bit more about sight reading, put the rhythms that we've been clapping and playing on the drums with the drumsticks and with our hands, put that all together and do a little bit of something we call sight reading. I really enjoyed seeing you today. I will see you when you return. Aloha.